Welcome back everyone to Paleo Pines. This is episode 23 and it's the last day of our first year. So once we sleep tonight, we will officially start our second year in Paleo Pines, and I feel like it's flown in. 23 episodes across the different seasons here, which is where we started to try Triasia 1. So I have two quests for Mari. You'll probably see a clip shortly after this on how we got those. I was just playing off camera and she's just disappeared. That's phenomenal. I was playing off camera and I came across a dino who was in need. We followed some tracks and from that we got a quest for Mari. So she was here. That's why we're here. That's why I started the video here. But she's moved, so let's head on down very quickly and find Mari. Who knows, we might find something cool on the way. Let's see what this is. I think it's herb. Yep. So our pumpkin, off screen, our pumpkin finally was ready to harvest. We got 2 pumpkins and they sell for 250 each. So I've bought loads of seeds from Agami. I've bought some herbivore food for all our dinos. Everyone back at the farm is happy, raring to go, and yeah, we'll start the episode here by talking to Mari.
Aho!
So in the previous episode, I described it happened off camera when we were trying to find Agami. We met Mari in Dapplewood and she asked for some poppins so she could try get close to a herd of dinos. We unfortunately didn't have any, but that's what she's referencing there. Just the fact that we offered to help her, she's after giving us some poppins back, which is very nice. Okay, so we've just given Mari her shirt. That's one quest. And then... yeah, so this is why we're here. We thought we saw some parasaur tracks, and it ended up not to be, which you'll see in the clip now. Okay, so I've just followed some footprints. We were just in the town trying to buy some seeds, and there's footprints back here that have led us to this dino. So maybe I can show you very quickly if the footprints are still there. Yep, so here's a footprint. Looks like we're on the right track. So Freyok here thinks it's a parasaur, and we've just come over the bridge to find this big guy. So let's see what happens. Here's another track actually, look. Almost there. I should think so. Okay, so it seems like this has been updated to ask Mari for help. Looking for dinosaur tracks that are specific to parasaurs. And while we were in the town, we also came across this quest to deliver a shirt to Mari. So we've got 2 quests now for Mari, which we'll hopefully be able to do soon enough. So you just seen there that we were tracking some dinosaur tracks, and that's what's led us here. So let's see what Mari has to say. Okay, the ever-growing list of tasks. So we need to bring Mary a turnip, which is a crop, as far as I'm aware, we don't have access to yet. So we are about to start a new year. I don't know if that brings us new crops. I was on the wiki last week and it was saying that befriending a gammy, so the friend meter here, we're acquaintances, getting this friend meter up gives you more crops apparently. And I think it gives you better prices as well in the shops. So it's something to go after, but that is a bit of a pain as well. You know, if one of the gating items to us finding tracks is that we need to befriend everyone. Now there's a lot of work involved in that, but I suppose I'm in no rush either, you know? The longevity of this game is quite good, you know, as I said, 23 episodes in, and we're only kind of just getting into the swing of things, so since we're here, I suppose, I've updated the farm. So in the last episode, the soup that we ate, or the stew rather, didn't give us, or unless I was doing it wrong, didn't give us enough strength to move these trees, but that is the plan. That the farm is tucked away in this corner. We'll put in a nice little path, move this water bath, maybe move the storage as well so that we've water storage and food access here. You can see I've started a new enclosure here for some of the bigger dinos we hope to get. And everyone here seems to be happy. I think Lucky sometimes does get a little bit sad. Clark Kent needs attention. Doesn't have a clean pen. Alright, sorry, I missed that. Lucky. So yeah, look, she's a happy helper at the moment, but she has kind of been down the last few days, so I've had to feed her mushrooms. And I think this pen is big enough, so I don't know exactly what's going on. But we will sort out Clark Kent on our way back out. Let's just grab some rocks. Don't need that many, but oh well. See what this man has to say. He does seem to be too big for this pen, and I know it is temporary. Like, you can see him running around here, he's crashing into things. The trees and the logs and stuff like that, so I think we will sort Clark out eventually. We'll get him his own pen. Because it just doesn't suit him. Unlucky. Okay, so in the interest of time, I'm gonna jump to when we're back with Mary now. Okay, we're back. So let's see what Mary has to say now that we have her stones. Okay, nice and easy. No explanation. 3 turnips. What else have we got here? This is what it was the last day. So nothing new here, I suppose, but we have managed to get 2 new quests done in 1 episode. So, let's pop into town briefly, just to see if there's anything going on. I was already there to get some seeds off a gammy, but no harm in checking. Marlo isn't here today, interestingly. I don't know, is it because it's a Sunday or whatnot? Let's just see if turnips are an option here. So they're beetroot. Yeah, I guess we're just gonna need to figure this one out. And, oh look, let's see. I'd imagine this is a new poppin'. Of potatoes. This is gonna cost us a fortune, but we also don't have enough potatoes back at our farm. So I think it's 10. Trade, I think it's 10. It is. Do we have enough? We do. That's honestly, that's just because of the pumpkins. The seeds put an awful dent. Yeah, why not? Sell that. And then we'll free up something. Yep, there we go. Perfect. 12 potatoes. Yeah, no worries, mate. Yeah, we really don't have any crops to sell at the moment. We're kind of struggling. We were kind of in a rut a little bit because we didn't have any money to buy seeds. You know, can't make money without seeds that make crops. So we've sorted that out now, and it really is just thanks to the pumpkins and some spring onions. And she paid us back. That's very nice. A sunny day, mate. She must be Irish, if this is what she considers a sunny day. Okay. I'm assuming this is our last option. I don't think I've any earthy crops on me, but let's give it a go. Potatoes or turnips, yep. Well, that's a stroke of luck. Now, we have, I don't know, I think you guys can see it in the bottom right, we just got an achievement for unlocking all poppin' flavors, so that's great. We don't need to stress about taming dinosaurs and stuff anymore. Okay, so she needs spring onions, right? I think, was it 10? And I think I just sold them as well, do you know that? 10 spring onions. Bring the onions to Pippin. Look, we can sort that. Let's just check that I actually buy any. I did. There you go. It's all coming together, lads. It's as if I planned it. Okay. We are back on our farm. I'm just going to sort everyone out here. It's something that I'm really worried about when we're trying to make new friends or new helpers. We really can't fumble the food. I don't have an exact science on it. I think it's roughly 4 days for certain dinos to become helpers. And if you fumble the food on one of those days, you know, obviously that just delays the whole process. So speaking of which, actually, let's just check something. Athena's pen, and we've Clark Kent. So I'm not sure if this is happy enough. I think they need to have X amount of happy points. And I don't know if this is the bar that measures it or if that's experience. I think this is experience. So this is a measure of happiness. And, you know, you can see here that Athena's about half. Hades is delighted. We'll just check on Sherman. Sherman's a little bit low as well. So hopefully this is enough to get them to happy helpers. But I guess we'll find out in due course if it's enough. If it takes too long, we'll obviously realise that they need more. So I think everyone's fed. Yeah, I did fed everyone. Let's put this into storage. That sort out our inventory. At the moment, we don't, as far as I'm aware, we don't have any need for a dinosaur that needs an earthy poppin', but it's great to have them nonetheless. So what I'm gonna do, I think off camera, we want sticky fertilizer. And do we have any other? It's just soft and firm. And the reason I'm doing this is I want to start improving our yield. So potatoes take firm. Glad I checked that. Potatoes take firm and carrots take sticky. That's right. So I'm going to put sticky fertilizer down for the carrots. That'll give us soft, and if memory serves correctly, the spring onions like soft. So the spring onions and the carrots have a codependency. We'll put them into soft, it'll create sticky. We'll plant carrots in the sticky, it'll give soft, and back and over, back and forth, back and forth. So what we need to figure out is that farm to soft, we need to find a symbiosis soft to farm. So see here, soft. Don't think we have any crops at the moment that give us farm. I think that's just, oh, I told you a lie. There's pumpkins here that give us farm. So if we were really being smart, what we would do is plant a pumpkin in sticky, which comes from the spring onions. Yeah. Sticky from spring onions, which is what the pumpkin needs. The pumpkin gives us farm. Farm are the potatoes. Potatoes give us soft, and if I have this right, soft goes into sticky. So there you have another loop. You have a systematic loop there of sustainability, where we don't need to put fertilizer down. We'll use the crops to feed into each other. The only problem with that, obviously, is that pumpkins take so long to make. So, look, we've so much fertilizer here anyway. You know, we're hardly struggling for fertilizer, but it's good to have nonetheless, I think. So, I think what I'm going to do now off camera is just sort out this farm and plant our seeds. And yeah, you can join back when I have that done in a few minutes. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that little montage. I figured since it was, you know, the nice kind of vibe we have here with the rain noises and the you know, the nice background music and such, I thought no harm, rather than cut it out, just keep a nice kind of chill vibe to the episode. Why not, you know? It's good sometimes to just let the video play in the background. You know, you might be on your phone listening to this. You know, let the ASMR sounds of the rain chill you out a little bit, I suppose. I do hope that the audio quality is good. This is my first episode with new changes, new updates to the system. So, as an engineer, ideally you only change one thing per test. You know, so we often use the term levers. You don't want to pull too many levers at once, because then you don't know which lever has impacted your test or your design. You know? And I've pulled all the levers with this recording, really. I've downloaded a new software, so you can't hear my keyboard. If you're following the Minecraft series, you'll know we had technical difficulties in the last episode. So here's proof. Ideally, if I've done this right, you don't hear any keyboard noises, which makes my life a lot easier, and it makes it a lot nicer on your ears. So new software, NVIDIA Broadcast. So yeah, a few changes. I've changed. Yeah, I'll say no more. I've changed a lot of things, and I don't know if it's going to work. as I intend it to work. But hopefully it does. Hopefully it sounds okay, everything's working fine, and we can finish this year in Paleo Pines with a bang. A nice sounding bang, not a tinny, scratchy bang. Hopefully it sounds quite nice. So I suppose I think I'm gonna wrap up the episode. We've done quite a lot in a short time this evening. We've got a few quests done, all our seeds planted for the coming year. I think Lucky and Freya deserve a rest on what is essentially New Year's Eve. So I'm just thinking about the next episode, I guess, and what we should target. I think I was looking here. I don't think we're ready for a carnivore. I think now that we have the farm set up, we will be. We'll have such a repeating, almost sustainable system of farming now that money's just not going to be an issue anymore. So we will be able to afford the carnivore food, along with, you know, our regular order of herbivore food as well. So I don't think we can go after this guy just yet, especially not, you know, in the name. Like, we don't need him. You know, it's really just in the name of completing a task, which I don't think is the best idea. This one, once Clark Kent is a happy helper, we should be able to access. We should be able to get to where Avery is. This, I think, is very doable. If strawberries come into the shop, this is a matter of days. We should have this done in no time. This one, I think in the next episode we're going to tackle this one. These are all kind of long-term ones. We don't even know how to get turnips yet. This, I may not even complete this. I don't know how hard it actually is. But yeah, I think in the next episode we will hopefully have some new happy helpers to tidy up the farm. Just kind of keep that grind going between Sherman and Fury and Clark Kent. Athena and Hades as well, of course. And then I think what we're going to target is this quest here. So, on camera, let's sort out our storage. Oh, I'm out. I've already done that, so happy out. Let's go into our second year together. See if there's a cutscene or anything like that. Well, it would certainly seem so, because Agami's on her way. Look how green it is. You forget. It's very easily forgotten how the farm looks. Stunning, actually. So, very quickly, just I don't want to start a new mission or anything like that. But very quickly, let's see what Agami has to say, and it'll leave us on a little cliffhanger for the next episode.
Oh.
Carrot soup is there twice. Bamboo pie. That's interesting. You know what, I think we might go with this one. We know how to make classic stew. So I think we'll risk it with the bamboo pie. Just to see if we can get a recipe out of it or something like that. Oh. Well, that's why it was in there twice. Have I? Oh, that's very nice. Let's see what carrot soup does. Carrot soup with more carrot. I'm shocked and stunned. So yeah, we've some crops to harvest, we've some crops to water. I'm very glad to see that our crops didn't die. You know, in Stardew Valley, and you move from season to season, the crops, the incompatible crops will die in that season. So that's really good to see here. All our dinos seem to be happy. I'll sort them off camera. The farm is booming. It's in full bloom. The colors are beautiful, and I think that's a very good place to leave it. So, what I'll do here is I'll save the game and clock off, and that way we won't miss anyone visiting the farm on our budding day. We can capture that on camera together and go through any of the gifts that we receive. But yeah, for now, thanks very much for listening. I hope you enjoyed. I certainly hope that the audio has worked. I did a little test run earlier and it sounded quite good, so I hope that comes across in the video. But yeah, until next time, guys. Spread peace, spread love, look after your fellow person, and I'll catch you in the next one.